It's a nice little bunch. Look at this. Just a couple MVs taking over Ducati. Key to the rush for Mr. MV himself.
Returns.
Yes. He's gonna take the rush out. What I'm riding, obviously, it's gonna be the Super Veloce. I'm sorry. I know I said I shouldn't ride it as much until we get her dyno tuned, but I can't resist. I also messed around with the electronic suspension settings. Since it's electronic, I can dial it in. And I matched it to my R1, which is set for track use.
Oh, sweet.
Because I dialed it in there, so I want to see how it feels. Obviously, a different bike, and tweak it from there.
Is it too bumpy on the street?
It's too squishy, actually. It's too soft. So, you know what I mean? Like, if I go over kind of like a turn, it's kind of a little too bouncy. So, we stiffen her up a little bit so she feels a little more solid.
Cool.
Yeah. So, looking forward to it.
Let's do it, yeah.
Cold start's coming soon.
Actually, I was the one that did all the break-in miles on this bike.
Yeah, so believe it or not, this was like what MV Agusta's kind of like press bike.
Yeah, it was just a show.
He broke it in, and technically I'm the first owner because it wasn't technically registered.
Yeah.
Back at the time when this was the press bike. Back on her you go.
There you go.
All right.
GP shift.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and no quick shifter either. So.
Oh.
Wait, no. Do the cold start.
Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah. And now for the Super Veloce. I don't know how I'm gonna take this thing out. I think I have to move the R1. That's why I said ideally in this garage, one less bike would be perfect because I wouldn't have one bike in the middle here, and then I can squeeze out literally anything from here. Oh, the service light is on, even though we did the service. How do I press OK? I forgot. There we go. Been a while, SV. Let's see, back-to-back cold starts. Oh, it's gonna spit all over the M1000. I'll protect you. Nah, this thing is definitely more aggressive. Listening to the back-to-back. This thing is for sure more aggressive, and yeah, I don't have room. Let's be safe and move the R1M out of the way. You can hear how she doesn't idle the best because she's not tuned. Oh, my eyes are burning. Holy, I can't even open my eyes. Today we are crashing at Ducati meet. We're going to a Ducati meet. But I was literally looking at the rush next to it, and I was like, Jose is the first person I see ride my rush next to me, so this thing does look really crazy. I know why everyone's like, dude, don't sell it, don't get rid of it. I understand it. Looking, like, just being next to her and looking at her, it just looks like out of an, I don't know, X-Men movie or something like that. It looks so, like, futuristic, but, like, neat at the same time, you know, not like... Ooh, I forgot the diesel pops on this thing are nuts. So far, I already like the feel of the suspension setup that I did on this thing. Oh yeah, the Super Veloce is a lot smoother. This is what I love about MV Agusta. Had a lot of... This bike is amazing and it's an art piece, but I still had a lot of minor complaints about it. And I feel like they were very well taken care of with this newer models. Yeah, even from far, it just looks so sick. Fortunately, you guys can't see it as well because it's nighttime. Yeah, all these meets are at night now, man, because of, you know, the daylight saving. Sunset's so early. Like, even when it's rolling, that carbon fiber disc with the yellow in the center with that singular taillight. Wait, we have the same taillight. This is the only MV Agusta naked bike that has the single taillight. And the Super Veloce, which is actually taken from the Super Veloce 800. Now, obviously, since this is the 1000, it has that same taillight. So that's actually really sick. One day we'll need to do like some proper shoot with these two bikes. It would go crazy. $60,000 MV Agusta Rush, $80,000 MV Agusta Super Veloce. Almost $150,000 going to a Ducati meet. Oh yeah, it's a lot more bumpy now with the suspension setup, but the bike feels a lot more, I would say, like responsive. And also, believe it or not, maybe I should do the same suspension for the Rush. I mean, I don't know, that might be a little weird because it's a naked bike. The geometry is even more different for that. Did you guys hear that? Okay, I'm gonna have to do some sort of like proper, you know, I have the new DJI mic minis, which I think I can sneak in a lot easier into the bike and stuff like that, and we need to do a proper video like that with a full sound. I mean, I don't think there's any mic in the world that can pick up how just insane these bikes sound, but I think obviously, you know, the DJI mic is gonna be a lot better than a lav mic that I normally use. I did not expect there to be traffic, but I keep forgetting that it's not really that late. So even though it looks like it's super late at night, it's not. So I can't mob and just stare at the Rush next to me. Well, I'll just resume once it opens up a little bit, or once we get to the first stop, meeting up with some people before the Ducati meet. Dude, this bike is so fast. Like, I was riding the R1M not too long ago. This thing feels way faster than the R1M. Just like, I can't, dude. The pops are just too crazy. I can't not smile. That's the goal, man. If your bike doesn't make you cheese, then you don't like it as much. But yeah, like when I do a pull, this thing just pulls you back. That was barely like 8,000 RPM at first, like with quarter throttle, and it still like pulls you back. Yeah, the pops are just unmatched on this thing. The beautiful thing about the SV2 is that since the exhaust is an undertail, it doesn't matter what side you're on, it always sounds insane. Like now I can barely hear the Rush because the exhaust is on the other side. I did do a good job with the Rush though. This thing is pretty tastefully modded. The air duct with the carbon and the rotor look really sick there. We need to do this again during the day so I can admire her more. I don't know, Brandon said there's going to be more people, so I only see his bike. That's why we met up here. But it's all good. We'll see where he is. He left his helmet on the bike too. That man don't care. I have trust issues.
Crazy. Like just not a lot, but like in the throttle input and stuff.
Throttle and just gearbox, it's a lot smoother. Like switching gears and all that, because this is technically the exact same setup now. Yeah. You know, no GP shift. Yeah. No, this is like a million times smoother than these. So that's why I was like praising MV. I was like, I'm glad, because like when I got this, I complained about so many things, and literally they almost fixed everything. The little shifter thing where this needs an adapter and this doesn't, that got fixed for GP shift. How smooth the bike is, the throttle response, the tech, everything got refined. I do think the gearbox could be a little bit better. It's the stop and go. When you're on the go, it's like perfect, but it's the stop and go, like in first gear to neutral-ish. That is a little clunky a little bit, but that's me being extremely picky. But I'm pretty sure if they did so much within like a couple generations, I'm pretty sure in the future they're going to be even better and better. Literally, yeah. This is 22 model, 24 model. Oh yeah, I got it in 2024, duh. But remember back in the day, they used to like come out a year before for the 25 models. The two tails, we both have the same tail. I was thinking about it, I was like, dude, that must look so sick on the freeway. I wish it was lighter out, man. I'm already over this daylight saving stuff.
Imagine some kid on vacation from India, like just like going to the beach in Newport.
From Italy, bro, from Italy. Because then they would see two of those. They're not going to recognize them as much, but I feel like if they're Italian, they have to know what these are. Just casually, almost 150K.
It'd be like a thing where you think
rolling.
Like, hey, I just saw a Super Veloce 1000 and a Rush together, like cap.
I'd be like, I need proof. I don't believe you. Just casually saw these two riding. I've seen more Koenigseggs than these two, that's for sure.
That's true, actually.
Like by a lot, actually. You've only seen one other rush on the road in Monterey.
Yep.
That's the only other time we've seen one of this year on the road. This rush with the color scheme. Even the regular ones, I've only seen them at the dealership because it's MV Agusta and all that, you know. I've seen a few of them. There he is. Over the weekend or maybe next week, we'll do the video. This is technically done. It's not tuned, but we can do the F4 SV swap. I'll do my first ride on the F4, and you'll be the first to ride this.
Yeah, actually that's perfect. I gotta take it to Mikey's and do some stuff too, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
get the rear brake sorted out.
I mean, I don't mind the rear brake as much, you know. It's just to see how she rides and all. If it's just like rear brake stuff, that's not a big deal for me. The H2R non-existent. This is non-existent with the rear brake. They all need work.
I get them mixed up with the other one. What's the red one that we took on the trip?
The Brutale? Come on, man. The disrespect.
Naked bikes to me.
I feel you though. When it's a naked bike, I'm like, it's a naked bike.
It's not the same tank, but
I mean, I could tell it's different, but I was like,
Yeah.
think about it for a minute.
it's not too different. So you're
Nah, it's very different. Come on now. But yeah, the exhaust, the tail is different, the wheel cover, the front, it's almost completely different than the other one. Like he said, it's pretty much just the tank, and maybe the side wings are the same as the Brutale. Oh yeah, there is a curb over here. We will be pedestrians for 10 feet. Oh, do they have E85 here? Yeah, they have E85. Wait, what? Hold on a sec. 85. What is what? So, should I do E85? Wait, this is E85 plus... Wait,
No,
it's a mix.
Equivalent. E85 is equivalent to 100 octane.
Oh. Yeah, that's crazy. And there's B20, that's the truck stuff, right?
Diesel.
Diesel, yeah, the truck stuff.
The green is always diesel.
Okay. I did talk to Troy about E85 on the H2 and the H2R. Apparently they don't have enough injectors. So we need obviously a lot more gas in those for E85, and the H2 and the HR don't have enough.
You know, the truth is, the bikes that they do E85 without doing that, they push their injectors to the max.
According to BT Moto, the only bike that can do that kind of like safely is the BMWs. I'd be done. Oh no, I can't really run E85 completely because E85 when it sits, you know. Now that you're telling me, E85 is equivalent to 100 octane. So why don't I just do 100 octane?
Well, it's about $10 to $15 a gallon.
It's $10 a gallon, but I don't mind. It's like double the price. But for the H2R, I think that would be cool.
You could.
Huh?
Cheaper than MR12.
Way cheaper. MR12, dude, for a full tank, it's like $200. 100 octane. So maybe that's the move for the H2. Maybe I'll tune her for 100 octane. Just add a little bit of timing and only do 100 octane on it. Race gas, technically.
And the reason why is because it burns cooler, it injects more fuel, and then you can
Yeah.
turn the boost up because the timing, you could turn the timing back.
So that's the plan. The plan is I want to do supercharger gears on it. So I want more boost. So maybe we'll run 100 octane with it.
Well,
That's me, Mario. I like. Back it up. Rowdy. Oh, I literally put it in first. I was like, why is it not going? Yeah, I like the friction zone on the SV. The clutch feels really nice. It just like the bike just rolls. It reacts like it should. I think my Ducati has a really like high up friction zone where it starts rolling, and same thing with the R1. H2s are good, MV's good. BMWs are pretty solid too. Yeah, I did also talk to BT Moto, and he told me like the bike is good apparently with the air to fuel ratio, just don't do too many 200-mile-an-hour pulls, top speed pulls. So I was like, alright, we'll take her easy until we get this thing tuned. We're just waiting on Bren from BT Moto since he doesn't live on the West Coast to fly over California for, you know, work and all, and then we'll get this thing dialed up. Probably do this and maybe also the H2R if we end up doing the supercharger gears and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I like the way this bike feels a lot better now. That's the thing about the Rush, man. Like, that bike is gorgeous and everything, and it sounds amazing. But now after riding this, I think this bike still looks better, the Super Veloce. It's, you know, a crazier bike, obviously. It rides better too. And it's more fitting, which is the main thing, usually for me. Last time when I rode the H2R, last video, if you guys missed it, check it out. I did a lot of rev bombing, and he was kind of close to me on that 4. He was going deaf because that H2R is insane with how loud it is. Maybe with one of the next upcoming videos, we'll take this thing to the canyon just to see how she feels. Obviously, I'm not going to be pushing it at all or anything like that, but can't see nothing here. But yeah, just the bike doesn't bounce as much, so that alone is much better now. This bike is so loud when someone flies by me. I was like, oh, whoa. I'm trying to pull up with Mr. MV, you know, with the 2 MV Augustas, so we're taking it slow this time. Usually we just mob and we meet him there, but gotta pull up with them V's, baby. It's nice seeing the RCA back. He's been riding the Gixxer 1000 a lot, which I still owe you guys a review. So hopefully that will be coming soon now that we are back. There he is. Not bad. Giving him the hit and the head start. Want to see how it can keep up. I definitely feel like slowly catching it, but I obviously need more room, and I need to redline it a little bit more. The pops are like, hello everyone, watch out, coming through. The really annoying thing about cold weather too is that I can't see much because the helmets keep fogging up. But I know some of you guys are gonna be like, be blessed and thankful that you can ride in winter. We have snow and we can't even ride. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing, just move. I totally agree though, we are blessed and happy that we can ride. There's a lot of good options. Even if I know California is expensive, you can go to Miami, Florida, you can go to Texas, which is pretty much the cheapest and one of the best options, or you can go to Vegas. And those are just like kind of the top of my favorites. I know there's other states too. Oh wow, there's actually a lot of bikes here. V4R and all type of stuff. It's not every day you see the first gen V4R like mine. Looks nice, has the full acro system too. Angel, the homie, he has the full acro undertail, and this is the SP anniversary or something like that. The only SP that's not satin black. The 2 SV, or the single headlight tails. The smoked version is nicer than the red version.
Yeah, the smoked is gonna look. Are you doing it on yours?
Yeah, remember we saw it. It's part of the parts. Which we might have to go and just install the remaining of the parts some other time. The ones that we didn't get to do last time, because I don't know when the rest of the stuff are ever gonna come. So, oh, they're unveiling new stuff.
Warranty claim. Final edition V2, number 84 of 555.
Bass treble. I had to close that door. Yeah, if you stand right behind him, you can see the tone difference. It's hard to hear the Rush with the SV being here and both having the same tail. Just a couple MVs taking over Ducati, not a big deal. I think MV is like the Pagani.
Aren't they more original than Ducati?
I don't know. That's a good question. Which one came first, MV or Ducati? Exactly. So I think Ducati is the most popular. You know, it's very mainstream, and so is Ferrari. So I think that's why those go together. This is more niche, boutique art. You know what I mean? Like Pagani's not about performance. They just look amazing. It's the detail, which is exactly what MV is. That's why I think this is like more like Pagani. What do you think? Which one you like better? Total.
Honestly, I'm torn.
Re-
I really like this, the whole
Yeah.
package, just because I'm a huge Astro Boy, and it reminds me of Astro Boy a little bit.
That's true. Everyone says it's the Iron Man bike. That's what I get a lot, especially the chest piece and the colors. What about you, Angel? You have a lot of exotics. The Super Veloce, right? Okay, what do you think? This is a good question to ask you. I'm debating selling this. I need room in my garage. I don't have a garage as big as yours. I'm debating selling this to get the Aprilia Extrenta. Still Italian. I know you're an MV guy. MV.
That's an insane bike, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's an insane bike.
Not my first track bike, so it'll be alright. You think it's a good trade? Okay, okay. Because I really love this thing, but yeah, like I said, this rides so much better. And in my opinion, as much as I love this, they're so different. This is a lot more me just because it's a super bike. This is my only naked bike, and I don't feel like I just don't fit on a naked bike as good. I love it to look at. If I had a big house, I'd just leave this in the house and stare at it, you know, maybe stare every once in a while. Because this rides better, to be honest, too. 22, 24, electronics, throttle, everything about it is so much better. And I think it sounds better and, you know, theoretically should be faster even though it's the same engine just because of the aerodynamics. I know, that's the thing. Like, when you're taller and all that, it definitely... This looks small. Like, when I saw him on it, I was like, you look good on it. So I think this fits a lot better. Yeah. The back is so short, but also sits really low. Like, when I sit on that thing, like, my knees are very bent. It could be also the suspension. I did, actually. Because, you know, it has the... I mean, that one has it, too, but it has... So, it's only, I think, a quarter inch. Yeah, so it's nothing crazy. I think I did half in the front, though, just to give her more of an aggressive look. And electronic suspension, so I just recently copied my R1M suspension, because I've tracked that bike, and put it on here, and now she rides way better. Benefits of electronic suspension. But yeah, I think that could be why this rides so soft, because electronic suspension too, I'll have to copy those settings onto this, and then hopefully it'll ride better. But yeah, I don't know. I'm torn about this too. I've put a lot of money in customizing this too. Well, most likely if I get the Extrenta, I'll probably get rid of this one and the Fireblade too. Yeah. Because the Honda I can always get it again. It's nothing, it's rare still, it's still limited, but not as exclusive as some of these bikes. The Extrenta, there's only 100 in the world, and there's one available, so I'm kind of like, I kind of want it, but I've never also ever seen one of those on the road. We've seen he's seen one in Monterey, and that's Monterey, you know, Car Week. So that's another thing. Like, yeah, this is still pretty rare, but I don't know. I feel like the Extrenta, you'll literally never, especially on the street, never, ever, ever. Kind of like the HP4 race. But at least on the Extrenta, Victor said that you can mount a kickstand on it. That's why I never ride the HP4 race, because I can't do that. I don't know. We shall see. We'll need to talk to Victor and maybe work something out. The Extrenta, I think it's 70, 75 MSRP. Yeah, I think it's around the same as this. 1946, first Ducati. And what's the first MV? A year before Ducati. Yeah, MSRP is what, like 70, 75? Yeah, plus Uncle Sam. Not fun. So, realistically, 75, 80. Out the door. I know, I saw when they came in and closed the door. I was like, whoop. That's why I didn't rev in the second one, and you went for it, and I was like, we need to do definitely a shoot. Bring your Nürburgring with a rush with this. Could do the F4, too.
People finance motorcycles and can't afford it, so they get rid of it.
Oh, with like MVs in general?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty expensive motorcycles, so unless you love the brand and all that, you know. I feel like most people get them, they have a lot of extra money, and they get them, and they just stare at them because they're so pretty. He's on this thing. I don't know too much about him, but apparently he has great history. You probably know a lot about it, right? But yeah, they had one inside there, and that's the whole... Apparently this is one of the first Gens 1 races back at the time of the twin engine, and the latest V2. That's why they revealed the V2, and this was next to it.
That sounds so fucking nasty. It feels pulled out. It feels pulled out.
Let's get it. The smoke from the duck. Two undertailed bikes next to each other. Man, this thing sounds so sick. I do think it sounds better than the Rush. I'm sorry. The Rush feels a little louder when I'm on it, just because I think the exhaust positioning. But this sounds so sick. Alright guys, we're gonna get some reels over here. I think this video is long enough because we rode a decent amount in the Star and had the Ducati and all that, so.
I own the bike, I'm like this.
That's exactly why I don't wear them. I like being comfy.
Break it in, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Helps a lot. Yep, exactly. They're not meant for people that work out, bodybuild. Beautiful sight with both my MVs out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. I want to get some reels with my two MVs since they're never out in the wild. Love y'all. Peace out, Ride Safe. It's a nice little bunch. Look at this. Looks good, so I figured why not, you know, film us riding back. So after this, as soon as I start the bikes, no talking, just a little bit of riding for those that enjoy those. Yeah, whatever Mr. MV did solve my service light thing, so thank you, Mr. MV. The smoke from the Ducati is crazy. The condensation, I wonder why it smokes as much. Especially from the further side, the left side of the bike more. The bass of the MVs is so crazy. I literally said I'm not going to be doing top speed runs, and here we are. I have to do another pull with the Super Duke though. The two naked bikes.